Oh my God, I didn't even know it. Okay, sorry. Good morning, everyone. I had music going, didn't I? Well, was the music playing? Let me hear that. Yeah, the music was playing. All right. Anyway, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Speak up, please, Sandy dear. Yes, speak up. Yeah, I was just about to tell you guys, I am having the worst freaking flare up going. I haven't been feeling well for a couple of days. I mean, it's just been pretty lousy, but I'm still here and it's pajama time. And thank you, Bella. I have made you a mod for Sundays. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of you. Hmm. All right, we got a big show. And, oh, shit. Where do I start? Where do I start? You see my little picture on there, science. I've got the science. Science is for the people. Hands off my life saving research. Hands off our research. Well, that's something that's really, really bothering me today. And no, it's bothering me since it started, as I worked in research. And so I'm seeing people and institutions that I worked with that I know that are losing funding, and it's going to be eventually losing the jobs and losing their research. Okay. So it's pretty screwed up. And yeah, I see them. They're here. I see them. All right. So how is everybody today? Let me say hi to everybody that's here. Hello, Alex. You said you're having some kind of climate crisis club emergency meeting. Good luck. Try to keep the peace. Good morning, Mark and Karen Singingway and Chris, CJ and Bella and everybody. It's really, really great. Raza, thank you for being here. And Selena, Mary, Midas, Lisa. It's wonderful to see all of you. And we have so far 37, and I'm sure that there will be. Oh, and Jordan Perry. There will be a lot more people joining. Jordan, I've been giving your website a shout out on shows because we completely need you and Karen. And let's hope we can get you guys together on a show so that we can really make this happen. And good morning, Dale, and good morning to Big Cat. This is good. This is good. So it's pajamas, coffee, and I'm sorry, but it wouldn't be me without my pink lipstick, which became something of a thing as I got older. As I I don't know. Hi, Foggy. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, that's right. Hands off our national parks. Um, Let me see. I think I have something. This is what I think. Yeah, let's look at this one before we move on. Ugh, bless our government mess, and it is. USAI, everything, CMS, FEMA. This is a great comic. This is showing it. It's from Counterpoint Beckon. I'm not sure who it is, but this sure is showing what's going on in the United States. I'm embarrassed to be an American in a way. I mean, I never thought about it as much as I do now. Even during the first orange turd or Assolini, as Jim Massa calls him, Assolini, which I kind of like Assolini. But orange turd, it just flows, it flows. So I'll stick with, whoops, I'll stick with my orange turd. Anyway, listen. Oh, Stacy. Hi. Well, we're glad you're better. I hope you're okay. Listen, I'm sick too. I have to have surgery in March, but it'll be okay. It's a one-day thing. You're in and out. But today I'm seriously having a flare. It's been for 3 days, but here I am. You know, popped some aspirin, drank some willow bark tea. You love my top? It's pajamas. It's a robe. I've got pajamas on. It's Pajama Sunday. All right. So we look at this and it is, the government mess and it's very sad. But like I was saying, it is embarrassing in a way. Now, of course, Canadians and people from other countries don't look at people like me and they feel sorry for us. Okay. They feel sorry for us, but they look at the people that voted for Trump, the people that go to CPAC, the people in those videos, the people that get all their education from Instagram, like my stupid friend, I won't say her name, but I'm going to make a video because she has a habit of, instead of writing to me, she videotapes her own voice, and she's as stupid as they come, but she's like a typical ass Olini orange turd voter. Loves Elon Musk and everything he's doing. Even though, I won't even tell you. I'm going to make a video with her voice, but I might use it on my political channel because it's not really environmental stuff. And I did the contest, by the way, the other night, and oh my gosh, I thought I was going to use, wait, what? Wait, what? But Kelly came up with, what was it, Kelly? We're going to look at that. Wait, we'll look at what Kelly came in. American litter box? I don't know. Or political litter box. I like that too because of all the cats I have. I mean, I'll show you, this is, okay. You want to know some of the things that I do? Yeah, litter box politics or political litter box. I do. I like it because excuse me, coffee burp. But I really like, wait, what? Because I do that all the time too. I go, wait, what? Wait, what? But we're waiting what? And we're doing this for how long have we always been doing this, right? Yeah, Jordan, global industrial civilization always has been an insult to the community of life. America is just a recent manifestation of that. It all sucks. The bills are coming due. Consequences, dang. Boy, we are starting early. But it's okay, Jordan. I love you. Love you and your wife. Yeah, scratching the fash. Scratching the fash. No, that reminds me too much of all the cat scratches I get anyway. I know, Thomas, but that's the website. That's your website, Evolution Revolution. That's your website. That used to be what, Bernie Babes, way back in the day when I had it? I think, am I still on there? Oh my God, that's a Facebook page. Well, it's good to have you here. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I do for stress reduction, and then we're going to have a little funny, and then we're going to get serious. Okay. So I had this up the other day because, as everybody knows, I am the crazy cat lady or the sane cat lady or whatever you want to call me. I have lots of cats. Cat scratches, smelly cats. Two of them I have to at least bring the one to get groomed. Or later on today, I'm just going to try to shave this one cat myself. But because they're old, you adopt a 17-year-old cat who came all clean and beautiful, is now disgusting, hanging around with the 7 other ones in all the litter boxes that I do have to work on every day. Well, anyway, let me show you. So this is what they love to do. And I can't help myself. I will lay on the bed, especially when I don't feel good, and I will watch cat TV. As sick as that sounds, I will watch them watching the TV. Now, you tell me they love cat TV. But when I'm laying in bed back there, and you see I use a CPAP for my nose because I have Sjogren's and it helps me get the warm air in my nose. Oh my God, I love that thing. It's great. I don't have sleep apnea, interestingly enough, but I use it for the warm air in my face. But look at these guys. They just love watching all the different cat TVs. I think whoever came up with cat TV is brilliant, especially for cats that don't go outside, like mine. And that's Max. I mean, that's Buddy. That's Siku. Buddy is like, I don't know, 5 years old. Siku's a year and a half. And this is the oldest one. He's the newest one. That is Monroe, who is 17. They just love it. They just love it. But that's pathetic, right? That I lay there and watch. I watch them watch cat TV, and then I look at the mice running around on the cat TV, and I'm like, shit, I've got plenty of those. I could make my own freaking cat TV, right? If I could catch them. So I could probably make a fortune videotaping different shit that these cats do. But that's not what I'm looking for, and you know that. I mean, there's a lot of cat channels and all that crap, and I actually watch a dog channel, and I forgot the guy's name, but it is so wonderful to watch. He rescues dogs, and he trains them, and he gets these really difficult dogs, and he sits with them, and it makes me feel good about being alive when you watch people that care like that. Yeah. All right, wait. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better, because trust me, I know. I had to drink. Yeah. Yeah, really. That is so true. All right, listen. Let me get us a funny. I got a funny. Hang on a second. Let me get us a funny. We'll get started with this so we can laugh before we cry.
Americans are concerned about your latest administration picks. I mean, Dr. Oz, Pete Hegseth.
He's great.
Ursula the Sea Witch, Ronald McDonald.
This is the most misunderstood man in politics.
Well, since you are going to be here for a while, I guess we'd best acquaint ourselves with the new team using a Broadway-style production number and multiple costume changes.
Now?
Your president is Donald J.
Oh boy, a convicted felon? You gotta be f***ing kidding.
Zeldin will keep your water clear. A climate denier heading the EPA. Cool. Health Secretary's RFK. The brainworm anti-vaxxer will all be dead by March. Yeah. I think I'm gonna hate it here.
Probably.
Meet Shady Vance, the new Mike Pence. But what about our national intelligence? Tulsi will handle Vladimir.
Oh good, a Russian asset. Was Ethel Rosenberg not available?
This Fox News host will run defense.
I hear he's a misogynistic drunk, but just look at that smile.
I think I'm gonna hate it here.
See if we can get Lil Wayne for Attorney General.
Rubio, thirsty ho, scored himself a seat. Homeland threats, hide your pets. Christy Gnomes, hack and hate.
God bless President Trump.
Such diarrhea I've never had.
We've never had such diarrhea we've never known.
I'm very scared to be a queen. All politics aside, these hacks ain't qualified. I know I'm gonna hate it. Hey.
Our country is a crime pod.
For FBI, we'll have Patel, the QAnon conspiracy theorist. Great. While Mrs. Trump spreads Christmas cheer.
Who gives a about the Christmas stuff?
Vivek and Musk will make life hell. Roseanne for press secretary? No, Hulk Hogan, I think. Oh God, I'm gonna hate it here.
I hear Hannibal Lecter's the new Secretary of Education.
Yeah.
All hope and joy now, doom and gloom. All hope and joy now, doom and gloom. All checks and guardrails disappear.
All the sycophants, he only hires sycophants.
No sane adults left in the room.
The My Pillow guy, CIA director? Jeepers!
I know I'm gonna hate it here. Lift your chin, don't give in to your stress and strive. Dry your tears, it's just 4 years. Oh my God, fuck my life. Make way for Donald's new regime.
Here comes a clown car of a team
That's built on chaos, crime, incompetence, revenge, and fear. holidays.
America. All right. So I thought we'd get started with something to make us laugh. Although a lot of you did mention that when he said he made the Ethel comment that she was framed in a scapegoat, the Rosenbergs back then. Yeah, well, that's history. We all need to learn it. Good morning, RNS Moon Man. And thank you to everybody who's a member of this channel, by the way. It helps. It really does. Thank you. All right. So let's get started with some of the things I want to talk about today. Hang on. It seems like I'm never going to be I'm never going to be able to do all the push button shit. I want to, fix up my push buttons to make it all work easy so I don't have these notches. But every time I sit for any long time, well, I just, I hurt. Sorry. It's hard to do this. And I was really very generous. I gave my mother my iPad Pro. It was an older one, which I used to use in the living room, but I gave it to my mom, and my brother was just down at her house setting it up for her so she could use it. And so now, as more miserable, I hurt, I can't sit in here and make the videos I want, so I probably could have used it, but it wasn't really working for me, more technology. I have an iPad Pro, but it doesn't, not an iPad Pro, iPad, not an iMac Pro or whatever the hell you want to call it, but it doesn't really work to make the kind of videos I need to sit in here and make. But anyway, at least I'm not muted. So what's pissing me off? Okay. And what's pissing all of us off? Outcry as Trump withdraws support for research that mentions climate. How insane is this? Really, seriously, guys, how insane is this? And I don't have to read the whole thing. It's just that it hurts me as an educational, retiree, higher ed, who next year most likely, I did have, and I am one of the lucky ones, I had a retiree health plan, which my job changed, by the way, for the retirees. And they took us off the group plan, and they gave us this thing where we had to pick out this insurance that now is, for me, it's United Healthcare. And it cost me $218 a month. And they gave us this little pot of money to help us pay for the benefit. You think I'm going to have that anymore because I worked in research? It's all federal funds. I don't think so. They're going to kill the State University of New York. They're going to kill them. And it's killing me to hear what my friends are saying. So they're stripping away support for scientific research in the U.S. and overseas that contains a word it finds particularly inconvenient. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? No, I'm on. You say no sound. I am perfectly on there. There is sound here. I am not muted. Anthony, I am not muted. No, I know when I'm muted because I actually look over and see I'm not muted. All right. So we know that. I've made videos, him saying that is giant hoax and all that. But researchers mentioning climate is being particularly targeted. And this one researcher, this environmental scientist working in the Western U.S., who did not want to be named, said their previously awarded grant from the Department of Transportation for climate adaptation research has been withdrawn until they retitle it and remove the word climate. Now, how ridiculous is that? So if they withdraw the word climate in the title, who is watching or reading the rest of it if the grant is about science and research that has to do with the climate? It's sick. Now, this person still has the grant because they changed the title. They were told they needed to do so before the title of the grant was published to the U.S. Department of Transportation to keep it. The explanation was that the priorities of the current administration don't include climate change and other topics considered to be woke. Just look at that statement. Don't consider to be woke. Do you know, I'm trying to keep it clean, okay? We are so fucked. They were shocked because the grant had already been awarded and they were in risk of losing it. I'm very concerned about science being politically influenced. Let's see, I've been concerned. How many years has Environmental Coffee House have we talked about this happening? From the first Trump administration, when they had the Exxon clown in there over the EPA. But if researchers can't use certain words, it's likely that some of the science will be biased. You think? Okay. Scrubbed. National Disaster Preparedness Training Center at the University of Hawaii will delete mentions of climate change. I feel for Nick. He just got his PhD in disaster management. And Samantha Montero. How are these people supposed to do their job when so many of the disasters have correlations to climate, to the climate crisis, to the polycrises that we are experiencing all over the world? How? It's insanity. It's quite insane. So, and then the DEI thing, which I'm not going over today, but on my new channel, which we're going to talk about later, I am going to do a whole deep dive into diversity, equity, and inclusion. And unfortunately, the week before the White House scrubbed the website, I cleaned out my basement and had all of this old stuff removed. I threw it out. I got rid of it. I burned up paper. I had to. And now I'm really mad at myself because I had big manuals of stuff that I could reference that from then to now. So I'm hoping that some of my affiliations, like it used to be the American Association for Affirmative Action, which I was a certified person in their training course. I've told you before, I went to Quantico and I took their whole training course. It was federal contractor training on affirmative action, which is now, they changed it to diversity, equity, and inclusion. But it's pathetic because it's not what it's of course not what is being told, what you're telling. So their animus towards climate research has even extended overseas via the U.S. Fulbright Exchange program, which offers about 8,000 grants a year to American and foreign teachers and scholars. So it's pretty messed up. The NSF, $9 billion federal agency that supports research in science and engineering teams, have been combing through active projects looking for dozens of words, including woman, bias, equity, that may violate Trump's Assolini, red orange turd, ban on certain grants. How can we live this way? Everyone is laughing at the United States. Everyone, probably even Hungarians. I know the Russians are because they still value science. They might not like, in Russia, you cannot make any mention of LGBTQ. You get arrested for it now. They were a little bit more liberal, but it's gotten worse. And I follow Russian channels and I know other people who follow Russian channels, and it's not Russiagate to talk about Russia. I'm sorry. That's another thing that really pisses me off when people say anything you talk about Russia. Oh, you're just mentioning Russiagate. Oh, F you. So anyway, but the Russians respect science, and their scientists, we've lost a lot of, since the war started, we lost a lot of collaboration with the scientists. But we're concerned about the signal this is sending to any young student is interested in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, who might not think they can see a future in the U.S. We need greater investment in science and technology to be a global leader at this moment. Our adversaries will be happy with this, of course, because Elon, the moron, wants the H-1B visa so they can bring in all the educated people from other countries to work here, because our clueless moron workforce won't have the skills. And I do feel for the kids. Holy crap. And so the Atlantic is covering it too. Yeah, okay, the lefties, they're covering it. You think the right wing is? No. Terrified workers, federal workers, are clamming up. Sources within the government reveal the true extent of the orange turd crackdown on speech. And mark my word, pretty soon it might be illegal to use the words climate change. I mean, the climate is a thing. We live in a climate. I just don't know what the future holds. Neither do you. But we're seeing it. I mean, read Project 2025. Federal workers are scared. Yeah, well, they're not even federal workers anymore. They don't know who to trust. Who to trust? When was this written? Because the parties, February 21st, it's kind of new. But they don't know who to trust. They can't trust any of them. Yeah, where are you, anti-corporatist? Let's change it from climate change to Trump's farts. We have to keep our humor. Absolutely have to keep our humor, or we're going to just, I don't know if you saw that movie. I didn't. I might show it to you. You could watch it. But anyway, they're scared, And I'm not, I have this. I think I don't even know what I have. I didn't sign in, but I don't even know. I have to look at all my subscriptions to everything. So here's another ridiculous. The Pentagon has decided climate change security risks are woke. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I mean, just like... Nearly all areas of operational effectiveness are threatened by climate change. That was 35 years, around 70 parts per million CO2 in the atmosphere, and 6 presidential administrations ago. On Wednesday, a statement from the Department of Defense attributed to Acting Deputy Defense Secretary Robert Salesses that climate change is woke. What in the fuck is woke? I'm woke. I'm taking woke and the American flag back. I am woke as fuck, and I'm taking the American flag back. And I'm going to fly it outside once it's not so cold, because I'm sick of the cold, with the Mexican flag and the Canadian flag and possibly the Greenland flag. I'm going to fly them all. Somebody had mentioned to me that I better be careful, that the next thing that'll happen where I live is somebody will burn a cross on my lawn. Come on. You let me have it. Burn a cross on my lawn. I have a driveway gate. Yeah, right. That's half broken. All right, Tommy, I wanna clip that because we'll have to talk about your comment after. So, in the years since the 1990 report, the Pentagon has repeatedly and urgently described climate change as a threat multiplier, or otherwise underlined its potential to increase security risks. Oh, I see another one. I have to keep. Okay. To make the military's job more dangerous. So we know this. I don't have to read this whole goddamn thing. That we know. All right. I'm trying so hard. It's just so hard for me not to say fuck, shit, damn. If it offends anybody, it's YouTube. They just don't monetize me. So obviously they don't. They hate me. And pretty soon I wonder how free we will be. Maybe I will be making that cute cat channel. All right, so who knows what all this nonsense mean? Will they stop trying to raise piers and otherwise protect naval station like in Norfolk from sea level rise? Will they ignore the trajectory of melting sea ice in the Arctic with all the changes to military scrutiny that entails? They love that. Oh my God, CO2 is so good for the atmosphere. We are definitely living in crazy times. They love that that's happening. They want the shipping routes. They think that the greening of the planet is going to grow more food without understanding anything about the jet stream, the weather patterns, and we will just become increasingly more stupid. And there is probably a lot of comments. I just wondered, I didn't go through any of them. Everything I don't like is Woke, a basic book for dickheads. I don't know. In coming decades, millions of people will find themselves living on land that can no longer support them, whether it's lack of water, extreme temperatures, wild weather swings that destroy crops or homes, or simply being underwater due to sea level rise. These people will have to move somewhere else, even if the people already living somewhere else don't want them to. Sooner or later, climate change will be the main driver of conflict, as if it isn't already. Anyone not preparing for this reality, like those idiot maggots, is going to be in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. So yeah, there's a lot of people that are making, and I'm not really that familiar with Splinter, so I've got to definitely look into them a little bit more. So that brings me to Cht GPT, which I begrudgingly bought. Or I did. I paid for. Hi, Looney Tunes. Hi, Looney. Great to have you. I begrudgingly bought it because I wanted to play with it. And it certainly, Cht GPT is definitely not doomer, okay? But I asked, are the Trump administration climate deniers? And surprise, surprise, yes. The Trump administration has consistently demonstrated a stance that aligns with climate denial. You think? President Assolini, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to tell now, Jim, I can't stand orange shirt, Assolini. Labeling it a hoax and attributing it to foreign agendas. For instance, he has suggested that the concept of global warming was created by China to make U.S. manufacturing non-competitive. Can you say complete clueless fucking moron? Throughout his tenure, President Trump has made numerous statements downplaying or mocking the reality of climate change. In 2012, he tweeted that global warming was created by and for the Chinese in order to make U.S. manufacturing non-competitive. In 2018, he expressed skepticism about human contributions to climate change, suggesting it could be part of natural cycles, and the only part of a natural cycle that guy knows is a golfing cycle. Jesus, how to ride his golf cart around the cycle of the course. Policy-wise, the administration has taken actions that reflect this skepticism. Notably, President Trump announced the U.S. withdrawal from the Climate Paris Agreement, a global accord aimed at mitigating climate change effects, which voluntary hasn't really done much, but I think that it shows solidarity, that we want to do something, even if we're not doing much. Other countries, the smaller countries the island countries are very invested in it. And then the administration has rolled back numerous environmental regulations designed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and has promoted fossil fuel production. These positions and actions have led to the characterization of the Trump administration as climate change deniers. Publications have listed Assolini among the most prominent figures facilitating climate change denial in the U.S. Now, Financial Times Elon Musk is coming for our weather service, Trump hostility to U.S. offshore wind. There's so much. But you see, obviously, this AI is just drawing from the same places I do, you know? Then there's all these different news services now. I don't know who they are, but everybody seems to be advertising ground news. I still have Google. I still have a search in Google that gives me Google climate change. But that was what I was using, Chat GPT. So I'm just wondering, should we do a new one? Should we do another one? Let me get your ideas for another one. Let's do another one. Okay, wait a second. I have to do another one. And I don't want this. Hang on. Can I delete that? Okay. Who has an idea for me to put one in? Ah, you're wearing your good. Good. That's why you're supposed to. All right. And yes, Looney Tunes. I don't know who's going to be here Sundays, so I know Kim can't be here, so my good friend Bella Lagrise is now a mod for Sundays. Yep. Hello, Jimmy. Oh my God, it's so good to see you here. My friend Jimmy. My heart is always with Jimmy. I think about you all the time because you're pretty terrific. All right. Let's think of something. Sandy asked, what is woke? Okay, what? Oops. Come on. What is woke? Susan says we should ask, what is woke? All right, let's see what is woke. Oh, this'll be interesting. Okay, what is woke? Here we go. Woke originally comes from African American vernacular English and initially meant aware of social injustices, partially around issues of racism and discrimination. So, oh boy, I was definitely woke my whole career. I worked it. It was a call to stay alert to systemic inequalities, to think of it as being awake to the realities of oppression. Over time, especially in the 2010s, woke expanded to cover broader social justice issues like gender equality, LGBTQ rights, and economic inequality. It became a badge of awareness and activism for those advocating for progressive change. However, in recent years, conservatives have co-opted, you think, woke as a pejorative. It is often used sarcastically or dismissively to criticize progressive movements, implying oversensitivity or political correctness gone too far. In political discussions, especially from a progressive angle, it's important to recognize both its origins as a meaningful term for awareness and how it's been weaponized in the culture wars. How are you thinking of tackling woke on your site? Have no idea why it asked me that on my site. I'm woke. Sorry. Like I said, I'm taking back the American flag, and I'm taking back woke. All right, let's see. Does anybody have another one that you want me to ask? What's with that loaded question at the end? I don't know, Kelly, what you're talking about. Okay. Okay, this one's good. I like this. Kim's. All right, let's ask, when will the insects become extinct? Come on, get on there. Okay. When will the insects become would be nice if I typed right. Become extinct. Great question. Let's see if they can even okay. It's hard to say, and I find, by the way, this to be very conservative, but it's hard to say exactly when or if insects will go extinct, but scientists are concerned about the rapid decline of many insect species. Factors like habitat loss, climate change, pesticide use, and pollution are causing significant declines in insect populations worldwide. Insects play crucial roles in ecosystems like pollination, decomposing organic matter, and being a food source for other animals. If they were to go extinct, it could trigger a cascade of negative effects on the environment. However, experts believe that extinction on a large scale would likely to take decades or even centuries if current trends continue. There's always that hopium at the end, right? The hope is that we can take action to prevent further damage to insect populations and restore their habitats before it's too late. Do you think enough is being done to protect them? So they're asking me questions. Okay. Do I think? No, of course not. And in the United States, with this energy security and fossil fuel using more and more and more, there's going to be even more and more fossil fuel based pesticides. We're going to. I mean, I have made my home, my habitat. I've rewilded a lot of it. I grow. Yeah, I do like it, Kim. Okay, where's Kim? You had that. You like the question at the end. Yeah, do you think enough is being done? Well, I don't think so. But like my little place, 5.5 acres, rewilded. We've had enough snow this year. I won't really have to worry, I don't think, about a drought, but I do have a lot of dried up stuff all over the property. So I do have to think, because now we have to think that there could potentially be fires in places we never used to think there would be. But I do definitely feel like we are not doing enough at all. And most people in the United States that are not woke really don't care. They really don't care. They buy Roundup. It kills me to go to those big box stores, which I try to stay out of, because when the growing season starts, you walk right in to Home Depot or Lowe's, and it's all Roundup. Roundup. Mm-hmm. And it is awful. And what can we do? We're going to have to think of something more, because this is an administration that's certainly not friendly. All right. Do we have, let's see. We have any more questions we should ask? Oh, hi, Kameshwari Kate. Thank you. Please ask who is, all right, wait. I have to copy this one, I think. Let me see if I can copy this one. Please, this one might be too much. Hang on. Oh, God. 1 second. Let me see if I can copy it. It's a big one to write. All right. Here we go. So I don't have to take so much time. All right, let's do this. Let's see. Who is responsible for the destruction of trees and wildlife in Stanley Park, Vancouver, British Columbia? Will the park ever regenerate? Oh, this looks good. Oh, this is a meaty one. The destruction of trees, and I know, Kate, that you're involved in activism with this. The destruction of trees and wild habitat in Stanley Park has been caused by a variety of factors over the years. Natural forces, storms, floods, and disease outbreaks all have contributed to damage in Stanley Park's ecosystem. For instance, windstorms and heavy rains have downed trees, while pest infestations such as the spread of invasive species like the balsam woolly adelgid have harmed specific tree species. Human activity, urban development, and infrastructure projects have impacted the park's natural landscape. Construction, invasive species introduction, and overuse of certain areas by the public can contribute to habitat loss and degradation. Climate change. Oh my God, they use the words. Rising temperature, Changing rainfall patterns and other effects of climate change can make ecosystems like Stanley Park more vulnerable to pest, drought, and disease, further impacting wildlife and plant life. In terms of regeneration, Stanley Park has historically shown resilience and the ability to regenerate over time. Although damage from storms and other forces can take years to repair, much of the park's ecosystem has natural processes in place to help it recover. For example, forest ecosystems like those in Stanley Park tend to regenerate naturally through succession, where new plant species eventually replace older ones. The city and conservation groups are actively working, thank you, Kate, on restoring habitats and managing the park to ensure it continues to thrive. This includes controlling invasive species, planting native trees, and restoring wetlands. While full recovery may take decades, there is hope for the park's long-term regeneration with continued conservation efforts. That's if humanity is not there. Do you have concerns about specific parts of the park or particular events that have led to the damage? Kate, thank you. That was a great question. And I'm very happy that we asked it. And none of it's natural. AI is being censored. It's all human caused. Of course it is. Okay. Oh, here's another one. Okay, spoiler, you've already asked. Okay, let's see here. Where is Jordan? I need to copy this. So, where is it? Okay, question. Just a minute. Let me get it. Oops. Oh, shit. God damn it. It's not letting me go into this. Oh, all right. Are humans... Hang on. All right, here we go. One more. We'll go back. One more. And of course, it's got to be Jordan's. Are humans addicted to global industrial civilization? Let's see what happens here. The question of whether humans are addicted to global industrial civilization is fascinating and a complex one. It touches on the issues of dependency, sustainability, and social, economic, and environmental systems that have been built over centuries. Many would argue that modern humans are deeply entwined with industrial civilization in ways that resemble addiction due to dependence on technology, fossil fuels, consumerism, and the global economy. These systems provide the conveniences and comforts that people have come to rely on, which I live in. I'm not lying. For survival, comfort, and status. In this sense, there is a level of dependency on the infrastructure of industrial civilization, much like the dependence an addict might feel for a substance. However, some may argue that this addiction is not inherently driven by individual desire, but by systemic forces. Corporations, governments, and media, which perpetuate the need for constant consumption and growth. The structure of global capitalism often makes it difficult for individuals to opt out, even if they wanted to, due to the pervasive nature of industrial processes in every facet of life. At the same time, there's a growing awareness of the consequences of this dependence, such as climate change, environmental degradation, and the depletion of natural resources. This has led some to seek alternatives, advocating for more sustainable, equitable, and localized forms of living. I like. But whether this will lead to large-scale shift away from industrial civilization is uncertain, as the inertia of the current system is strong. What do you think? Do you see signs of the shift away from this addiction? Well, I see signs in the doomer community. I see signs in the environmentalist community. I don't see signs of anyone else, at least in the United States, because this is where I live. I don't see anyone else. I see QVC, HSN on television. Now you can watch it on YouTube and you can see 6 different versions of shopping television. And then don't forget the jewelry television and all the other stuff, okay? I don't see it happening. And with the Orange Turd administration, they want you to go out and spend, but I have news for you. What are you going to spend when everybody's laid off? And has anybody even asked the question, when you lay off thousands, are they going to get unemployment? Are federal contractors eligible for unemployment? And why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be? Okay, so I think that we've done pretty good with this, and I like it. But I want to go on because I want to play a little bit and talk about this one from PBS the other day. And let's go. And then I might stop and talk about a couple of things. So let's watch it.
Among the many other big moves taken by the Trump administration, boosting fossil fuel development has been a priority. In a series of actions, President Trump is following through on his promise not just to ramp up oil and gas production, but to sharply curtail any effort to deal with climate change. William Brangham has been tracking this and joins us now. So, William, we've already seen major action these first 2 weeks on the Trump administration's energy policy. What are the biggest moves so far?
He has been going gangbusters, as my mom used to put it, on many fronts, myriad ways he's been doing this. He's been doing this through federal government agencies like the EPA, through his appointments, his cabinet secretaries at Energy and Interior, and through executive orders. A couple of examples. On day one, he declared an energy emergency, which basically tells every federal agency to do everything they can to ramp up oil and gas production on federal lands. Trump has also pulled out of the Paris Climate Accord, the global treaty to bring down emissions. He's back out of that again. He's targeted Biden's push for electric vehicles. I mean, the list goes on.
Okay. First of all, what energy emergency are we in when the Biden administration ratcheted up more fossil fuels, along with green energy and along with more mining? And just wait till you see what's going to happen to our federal parks, because they've fired everybody there.
On and on. There's just been a lot of efforts to go on this front.
And we know that with President Trump, personnel is so often policy. Who are the people in his administration who are backing him up on this?
That's right. The argument that his cabinet secretaries and that he has been making all along is that the Biden administration held back domestic energy production. And we should say, oil and gas production in America is at record highs right now, and it became so under the Biden administration. But all of Trump's cabinet picks argue that Biden didn't do enough on that front, and they promised to do differently. So that's Lee Zeldin at the EPA, that is Chris Wright at Energy.
Okay, really quick. Lee Zeldin was a congressman in Long Island. Okay, he ran for governor of New York. He is so unqualified for this job, it's not even funny, at the EPA. And I mean, he's finding ridiculous things that he's trying to undo everything that Biden did do, anything that he did do to try, in his tiny little minuscule way.
Energy, and that includes Interior Secretary Doug Burgum,
and this guy is another piece of shit,
who described during his confirmation hearings how the Trump administration will do things differently.
When energy production is restricted in America, it doesn't reduce demand. It just shifts productions to countries like Russia and Iran.
Now that's rich. That's really rich. Don't you think? What is wrong with that statement? My God.
Whose autocratic leaders not only don't care at all about the environment, but they use their revenues from energy sales to fund wars against us and our allies.
Now, tell me that isn't the most ridiculous statement. He is talking about the United States. He is absolutely deflecting, and it's like, I'm rubber, you are glue, or whatever. He's that made me so angry.
President Trump's energy dominance vision will end those wars abroad, will make life more affordable for every family in America by driving down inflation. And President Trump will
How's that going for you, bud?
achieve those goals while championing clean air, clean water, and protecting our beautiful lands.
Until they start drill, 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 baby, our beautiful lands. Until they've fired all of the federal employees that work the national parks so that humans can run all over the place like they did in 2017 when the first time it happened, and destroy our natural parks, our national parks.
So this raises the question then, William, of what does this mean for President Biden's signature achievement on climate, the Inflation Reduction Act?
President Trump, one of his first actions was to issue an executive order that dealt specifically with terminating the Green New Deal. That's how he refers to all of these kinds of efforts. And that ordered all federal agencies to pause any of the money that was appropriated under the Inflation Reduction Act or the Infrastructure Act. They had to clarify later to say it was really only climate-related things, but that is still a large part of that bill. So this order now means that a lot of those projects that were underway all over the country and the jobs connected to them are on hold. That could be things like big battery manufacturing plants to a $5 billion loan.
Okay. I know that there is a lot of controversy around the Green New Deal for the doomosphere, but for a lot of people because of mining and minerals. And I'm not going to say that I totally hate it. I have a EcoFlow Delta backup battery, 2400 watts. It's a whole lot better to me in my place that I can roll it around in a cart when the power goes out, which it does here, than go outside and try to turn on a propane generator and stink up the place. And it's easier. So there's a place for those kinds of things. And I'm not being, all right, maybe I'm a hypocrite. I'm just trying to say that it's not all or nothing.
Loan to clean up school buses and make them electric.
And that happened in Oakland, California. They have an all-electric fleet. And if you sit behind a school bus in Oakland, California, you're not going to choke to death anymore by the stink.
To Julie McNamara, she's an analyst at the Union of Concerned Scientists. Here's what she said this means.
We've seen projects have to be stopped. We've seen companies starting to reconsider whether or not they'll move forward here. That is a terrible outcome for our country, and it has these long-lasting ramifications. And so by having this coordinated effort to send this chill that this is not a place that will be welcoming of new investment, it's a deep concern.
So there is some uncertainty as to how effective Trump will be at gutting that act, but this historic effort to ramp up batteries, wind, solar, nuclear, to address climate change, all of those things are in doubt.
And this is all unfolding as we're getting more warnings about the climate. Last month was the world's hottest January on record.
And you will note, I hate solar farms. And I'm not going to go back on that. I hate solar farms. And I really do have an opinion about if you were going to electrify, it would be nationalizing power and electrifying everyone's own home to be their own power manufacturer and not a grid and not for corporate greed.
Last year was the hottest year on record. Tell us more.
That's right. There's a new study out from climate scientist Jim Hansen. He was one of the first.
Yay! Okay, wait. Before I go anywhere, let's give James an applause.
First scientist to ring this alarm bell about climate back in the 1980s. He has a new paper out, which is a bit of an outlier, but he has been vindicated very often in the past. His paper says that warming is accelerating faster than we anticipated, that the goal of the Paris Accords to hold warming below 2 degrees Celsius compared to industrial times, that is virtually out of reach, and that some of these more serious climate tipping points might be unavoidable.
And that's something to think about seriously.
And whether you dismiss his paper or not, his concern is affirmed by the vast majority of scientists that Our use of coal and oil and gas is changing this climate to a dangerous and unpredictable way. We talked earlier with Chris Field at Stanford's Woods Institute. Here's how he describes it.
The evidence for climate change and the human role in causing the warming that we've seen in recent decades is really overwhelmingly clear. There are no Democratic or Republican thermometers. Ignoring the problem doesn't make it go away. It just means we have a more serious problem to deal with by the time we finally get serious about addressing it.
Of course, President Trump doesn't think we need to do this. He thinks all of these concerns about climate change are exaggerated and overblown, and he is directing his administration and now the federal government to act accordingly.
William Brangham, our thanks to you
All
as
right.
always.
Thanks, Jeff.
To act accordingly. To act accordingly. Oh my God. All right, let's see if I can play this one. Now, I have a friend who just gets everything that she understands. I was talking about her earlier. Everything. She's so stupid. And I've known her since we were in our 20s. And I've been, kind of like pronging her, and she's just sending me back things. But she gets all her news from Instagram. But anyway, I came up with this. I found this, and I just thought, let's see if we can hear this one. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go.
February 2025. At that time, about 50% higher than it was before Trump took office. And the surge was largely due to investors seeing the advantages he would have inside the new administration. And people want to pretend he's doing this work like it's out of the goodness of his heart. It's just sad. Not only did he make more money than most people could spend in hundreds of lifetimes within just a few months, he's cementing the professional relationships that secure those contracts. He and Trump are also usurping Congress's power of the purse, shredding constitutional checks and balances. This isn't selfless service for America. This isn't volunteering at a soup kitchen or building homes for people that need them. Musk is maintaining an illegitimate power structure that benefits him, and he's already gotten paid handsomely to do it, while the majority of Americans are struggling. And if you're wondering, how do people not see this? It's because we're experiencing a system breakdown, and that system isn't just the economy or the environment. We are witnessing the breakdown of critical thought and the accelerated transformation of an already oligarchic state into an AI-driven authoritarianism, with the simultaneous ascendancy of an increasingly insane and bloodthirsty tribalism. The response to this is not to live in fear. The response is personal and collective transformation for the times ahead, because there's no going back now.
Okay, no going back now. All right. I thought that was an interesting one. Since it's video time now, we're going to talk about this next, okay? But first, before I show this stupid ass moron idiot, let me set this up. Okay, we're going to set this up. I'm not going to play it yet, but I'm going to set it up. I want to tell you what this is about, and then we'll go here too, because this is the graphics portion or the video portions. Cringe if you must.
Hey, joining us now, my friend Lee Zeldin, new EPA administrator. Lee, I've never actually congratulated you.
A moron.
On the air on your position, but it's a very important one. You're a good man to do it. I haven't given up to Governor Zeldin yet, someday, but we'll leave that for another segment. Lee, what is going on here? This corruption in the Biden EPA had nothing to do with climate nothing to do with carbon emissions, but it seems to me it has to do with slush funds, political corruption, insider dealing.
Lying.
I mean, you talk it out with us.
Well, we've canceled certain grants like $50 million to the Climate Justice Alliance, which says that climate justice runs through a free Palestine. We've canceled over $1 million worth of media subscriptions. I've canceled 9 grants working with Doge going towards DEI and environmental justice, saving taxpayers about $60 million. We uncovered one issue with the Clean School Bus program where $160 million was fronted to this organization that then declares bankruptcy, and they still haven't delivered on $95 million worth of school buses for 55 school districts. And that is before, Larry, you and I even start to talk about $20 billion that they parked at a bank outside of government.
Funny money.
Yeah, that's a beauty. I want to get the $20 billion parked in a bank. I believe it was Citibank. You going to be able to claw that back, Lee?
It's a great question for our amazing team at the Justice Department, which is working hard to be able to get to the bottom of these facts as quickly as possible. I have been working with Treasury, with the DOJ, and they're working hard.
This clown was installed to destroy the EPA. Mark my word.
At the Justice Department. I will tell you that I have uncovered a whole lot of different concerning facts. I mean, the entire $20 billion being fronted, given to a bank in a way that EPA has never done before, and then writing out the financial agent agreement and the account control agreement to reduce oversight by the federal government. 8 pass-through entities like $2 billion for Stacey Abrams' group, which only made $100 in
We will talk about that.
Stop
and gets
on that
$2 billion
one,
in 2024.
Stop it just for one moment, Stacey.
They hate her.
The perpetual governor loser in Georgia and so forth. How did she get $2 billion? What does that have to do with climate change?
That's a great question, and she shouldn't have. And what I pointed out last night when I was talking with Laura Ingraham on her show about
that's another winner.
The grant agreement, where on page 1 of the grant agreement, it says that this entity that was just formed has 21 days to distribute $2 billion. And then on page 7 of the grant agreement, it says that they have 90 days to complete a training called How to Develop a Budget. If they need to complete training that's called How to Develop a Budget, they should be completing the training first before they spend $1, and they shouldn't be getting $2 billion. You referenced the term self-dealing.
Yes.
There's a lot of self-dealing across the way this money went out.
Well, I got, speaking of self-dealing, there's this chap who was running...
All right. I can't play any more of this, but I do want...
what is it? A senior Biden official?
Hang on a second. Okay, I want to go.
I don't know what he was. He was running.
Yeah, he was.
There was this,
All right.
He was the director of the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund.
That's right. And so he puts $5 billion.
Okay, I got to shut this off. I want to talk about this a little bit. What Power Forward in Communities is. It's a first national program to finance home energy efficiency. Somebody's outside in my backyard. Wait a minute. Oh, God damn it. My neighbor. I love them, and I told them I couldn't come out. He's bringing me firewood. Oh, my God. He's putting firewood up on my deck because I'm out. I'm going to cry. Okay. Anyway, I'll just stop. Let me take a breath for the wonderful people where I live. Thank you. All right. So here we go. Power Forward Communities is the first national program to finance home energy efficiency upgrades at scale, saving Americans thousands of dollars on their utility bills every year. Made up of a coalition of trusted national organizations, Power Forward Communities will help homeowners, developers, and renters swap out outdated inefficient appliances with more efficient and modernized options, saving money for years ahead and ensuring our kids can grow up with cleaner, pollutant-free air, which I have been working on personally in my own home, which I am telling you, I am all electric and we are carbon-free, and I have the breakdown because of where we get our electric from. And it is led by some of America's most trusted organizations: United Way Worldwide, Habitat for Humanity, Enterprise Community Partners, Rewiring America, and the Local Initiative Support Corporation. With deep housing and finance expertise, we have decades of collective experience building healthy, resilient, affordable communities and homes. So now we know that there are way too many people and way too much homelessness, right, out in our country. Whether or not you want to sit there and say, you know, we know it's overshoot, okay, but people have to have a place to live. And so I want to show you who the partners are by state. All right? Look at all these states and the red states that were supposed to get money. That's where the money is going to help people electrify and get rid of fossil fuels. But all the red states that are getting money in Birmingham, Alabama, and the District of Columbia, which isn't red, Georgia, Atlanta, Minnesota, New Jersey, New York, Beacon, New York, Buffalo, my Buffalo. And believe me, Buffalo needs help because there's a lot of old homes, old housing stock. There's still lead paint, okay? But these are all the states that were going to get help. Washington, lots of places, and tribal and community partners. That's where the money's going. Larry Kudlow and Lee Zeldin, you think you found something? Coalition, tribal and community partners of large tribes: Arizona, Colorado, Montana, North Dakota, Nevada, South Dakota, Washington, Wyoming, Mississippi River Cities and Towns Initiative, National Black Caucus of State Legislators. That's why they don't like it. It's DEI money. Southern Economic Advancement Project and National Partners, Building Electrification Institute, Climate United, Justice Climate Fund, Community Infrastructure Center, Dream.org, Ecority, Fair Count, Groundswell, National Black Caucus, blah, 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 goes on and on and on and on and on. And these are the people that want to see, except that, look, corporate Airbnb, well, they can go screw themselves because the Airbnb, the owner of Airbnb just aligned himself with the Assolini, orange piece of shit. But you see, this is not anything nefarious or horrible. It's to get off fossil fuels. I want to get off fossil fuels. Yeah, you have to weigh it. Fossil fuels will ruin my county. I've talked about that. I don't want, and that Lee Zeldin wants fracking where I live. So I just wanted to show you that for all the bullshit that they sling on Fox News, that there's something that's right about what they're doing. And they're vilifying, okay? They're vilifying. So we're going to move on. And it's really great to see you, Jean, too. I didn't get to say hello. All right. Oops, I want to shut that off. All right, now, let's take a break for a second. And I just want to move on. And then I'm going to introduce you to a new musician that I might be working with as if I don't have enough to do. But my new channel, which is going to be politics from my own viewpoint. I came up with this because I liked, after the show with Jim, I liked, wait, what? Because I say wait, what all the time. But this is too busy. You know, it was just where I was working yesterday. I changed it around, but I didn't really like it because it's too many cats and oops. And so I want to read to you I asked Blue Sky. I asked my people on Blue Sky. I love the thread of folks I am on Blue Sky with. I love them. Okay, I really do. There's a lot of doomers, but these doomers are good in the heart, because just because you're a doomer doesn't mean you don't like regenerative agriculture or permaculture or making things better or fixing a habitat or being green or even having a goddamn battery instead of a generator, right? Yeah, I burn wood. But I have a very efficient wood stove. The Lopi, the most efficient wood stove that they make. It cost me a fortune at the time when I had some money when I was married. Unfortunately, lately I've been having a few issues thinking about and communicating with my ex-husband, but I guess we all have those kinds of things in our life. But it was only a beginning, and where are you, Kelly? I loved this. I wonder if a subtitle might define it: Political Cat Lady, or the Political Litter Box, or Litter Box Politics Scratching the Fash. Just wonderful names, okay? See, I really like the wait, what? Because I'm doing it all the time, but Kelly and everybody that was on the show on Friday night, thank you for helping me. I'm going to, when I feel better, hopefully I can work on this, laying a little flatter and not sitting, and making my new logo, which I've already put up on the other channel. But Kelly, thank you. And Kelly, again, has his own channel, so you have to go and check Kelly's work out. I love Ian from Ireland. If I did a podcast re U.S. politics at the moment, I'd call it "What the Fresh Fucking Hell Is This?" And Piper, who I love. That's really accurate. That's really accurate. Yeah. All right. So I think a single representative cat, high slight return, would be fine. Cats are constantly invading interviews and podcasts, and you've got loads of them, and I showed you the pictures before. So basically, I will be changing this. I probably will change it a few times. I'm not, I'm not an artist like Matt, the letter hack, who does, he does everything himself with his hand. So I think I'll work on this. I'm going to get see, you can see they're AI cats because they all look so weird, but so do my cats, So that's, that I wanted to show you, because the other channel is going to take off, and I've already planned my first show. But now on that other channel, it's not going to be a live show. I'm doing videos, and I'm doing a lot of work. And I could give you a little hint on the first political show. A little hint will be, it will be about Project 2025, but it'll be about the ban on pornography. And like I said, this channel is going to be different than other political channels. So you'll look for that. It'll take me longer to do those videos because, like I said, it's very hard for me to sit in here, and I don't have a laptop to work on to make videos in my other room. I only have an iPad, which I don't know if it'll work. I'm going to try because, like I said, sometimes Friday night, it took me all day yesterday just to recover from working on this. It'll take me time to recover from this. It does. I'm in a flare right now, but I do feel a little bit better because I'm getting it out and I'm talking to all of you. Now we are going to a new channel, and we are going to hear a song, and then we're going to talk about this guy. He's in Belgium. All right. He's given me permission. I'm really hoping, just like I did with Dennis in Germany and Donald in Ireland, that I can take some of his music and put video to it. And I don't do AI video. I'm not an AI video person. Okay. He might be using some AI because that's him. All right. But let's listen. Everybody sit back, take a sip of your coffee, and let's listen to this song.
He stepped up to the mic with shades on his face, struggling to find words in a bewildered pace. Chainsaw in hand, he walked off the stage, leaving us all wondering what's the real page. The man in charge of our nation's fate has a hard time speaking in a wacky state. Chainsaw in hand, he's waving it high. Congrats, America, we're flying by. CPA's in session, but the message is unclear. A CDO's antics instead of a leader's beard. We need a steady hand, not a wild-haired guy, but must the man who's running the show, oh my. The man in charge of our nation's fate has a hard time speaking in a wacky state. Chainsaw in hand, he's waving it high. Congrats, America, we're flying by. From Twitter to the stage, he's making his move. But can he lead the country with a steady groove? We need a leader who's calm and wise, not a wild card who's waving a chainsaw in the sky. The man in charge of our nation's state has a hard time speaking in a wacky state. Chainsaw in the hand, it's waving it high. He grasps a little coat of fire and vine. The man in charge of our nation's state has a hard time speaking in a wacky state. Chainsaw in hand, he's waving it high. Congrats, America, we're flying by. So here's to our leader with the chainsaw in hand, wearing for a wild ride across this promised land. Hold on to your seats, it's gonna be a bumpy flight. With Musk at the helm, we're in for a crazy night.
His name is John Sligers, and I ran into him the other day, and he's doing a ton of work, a ton. He says he's but a prophet of Loki, spreading his gospel through the digital haze, and he's a digital guy, you know. But if I can humanize some of his work, he's got tons of work. I want you to subscribe to him, help him. And if I can put human graphics, because like I said, I don't use AI, I do everything by my own way, I can maybe help him. And I love doing this. You know, this is one of the things I really love doing. So this is John. I can't believe how much wood. I just saw another picture. I can't show you, but, you know, my neighbors are bringing their own wood, which I didn't ask them to do. I want to cry. But anyway, he's got a ton of stuff. His name is John. He's only got 97 subscribers, but 964 videos, like tons of them. And like lots of stuff. And it's something he wants to do. And you know, anybody that has any creativity like this, that has music, I don't care if it's auto-tune or anything, if I can make a graphic out of it, I'm going to. So I wanted to introduce John to you. And again, that doesn't take away from the Devil's Therapist or Donald McCarthy's work, because you know how much I loved making it. but I'm going to work on this. So, all right. Now, it is our turn to go back to me, and we finish the show up, and then I can go to my neighbors after this and thank them profusely for bringing me firewood, since it has been a little chilly in here. All right, guys. I don't, hey. Oh yeah, maybe, but I have nothing to bake with. That's not, well, I can make vegan cookies. I can make gluten-free. I don't even have sugar in this house. I have nothing. All right, so I wanted to introduce him, and I really hope that you understand why I love making videos for people. I don't charge, of course, anything. It's just I love doing it. And when I'm feeling good about it, it's just makes me really happy. It really makes me happy. And so let's go for the super chats, because this is where it helps me, especially with the fact that my Amish neighbor's going to be putting raised beds in for me this year, and I'm very late at everything. Being that I have to have outpatient surgery on the 11th, I don't know how I'm going to, heal. I still have a gigantic mess in my my living room to my dining room to clean up. I haven't even started with my seeds, which by now I usually start seeds inside. My greenhouse is a mess. It's too cold out there anyway. So let me thank you. Hate symbols left in your lawn isn't the problem. Cops will show up to haul people off to the prison industrial complex for heat to dispose of them. I can't live my life paranoid. Other people tell me, don't worry. I'm an old white lady with nothing to worry about. I don't know. And Kate, I did ask. Thank you. I hope it helped. Thank you for that. All of you, thank you for your help. Hopefully this will help with the raised beds, because the money from Google does come in March when I want him to start. I want him to come in. He already measured, Oh, and I'm sending $450 to I got the money to the Pasadena Animal Shelter, and I'm going to go to the bank, though. I'm going to take the cash, and I'm going to get a bank check so I can show all of you. I don't want to put it through my own personal. I want to get the money out of there, because I tend to screw up my own personal funds every single month, and I don't want to do that. So that money will go there. And oh my, give a logging company a $22 million logging contract, and they will log the park. Who's logging the park? I didn't ask. I don't know. I'll do that on my own, and I'll send you the answer. 1923, Marcus Garvey, Wake Up Ethiopia, Mussolini invading. 1938, Scottsboro Boys, yep. See, song eponymous. 1931, Alabama, false accused 9 black teens. In postulate, Leadbelly said, stay woke. Unclear relationship. Well, and Kim, thank you. That was really generous. Thanks for being me. And it's just, I can't show the graphic, but this is so helpful. And I don't know, but and please click the subscribe or the like and all that, the button to show the videos and all that stuff, all the crap you have to do, because it's important for me. If I'm not able to express myself, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to learn ham radio. And I have books people send me, and I have all of my home books, which was very interesting that Jessica Wildfire, she had a question on Blue Sky about what books do you have, for the apocalypse or some shit. I have books upon books upon books about how to fix shit. in this house. Everything. From wood stoves to roof. I have books to fix everything. And then comes my gardening books. And then doomer books. But I have so many books, and I did not get rid of them. I may have gotten rid of all my affirmative action books and all that, which I probably shouldn't have, but I did. Jordan. My name is Jordan, and I'm a civilization addict. Fuck the machine. That is all. I love Jordan. I love Jordan and Karen. We're going to do a show with them soon. Maybe before I have my surgery, just in case I drop dead. Don't. I'm morbid. Come on, you saw my last week's with the casket and the cats. I mean, I had peritonitis. I was very sick. And I've have a, I'm not feeling that great today, but I do feel better right now because of all of you. Everyone, the latest Radio EcoShock episode is about how and why intelligence is reducing in humans. I could do a whole show on that, but they're doing it, so okay. All right, we'll do that. Susan, my beautiful friend in life. I bet I hate solar farms more than you. 13,000 solar panels going up 170 feet uphill from my house over an aquifer. What could go wrong? I know. Wouldn't it be nice if everything was nationalized? My home is shaded by big trees. Solar won't work here, but wind could. And there are a lot of farms around where I live that have wind turbines, homemade wind turbines for their barns. And so do the Amish. They have wind turbines. Billionaires want to privatize or eliminate 450 government agency, government for profit. Yeah, it's going to happen. I don't know. People talk about fighting, and I leave that to the letter hack, because I will sometimes. Wait, where's Jean? All right, sometime I'll drag all my books in here. Wait a minute. I'll drag all the books and show you. They're heavy. I will. I could do a whole show on that. That would probably be incredible. All right, that's a good idea. I have them. I love them. They're old books, but it's the same shit. A nail is a nail, a hammer is a hammer. I mean, I have all the tools I need. I wanted to tell you guys about something, by the way, really quickly. It was a movie. A lot of you have seen it. It was a movie done many, many years ago by, it was called 22 After. Hang on a second. I want to pull up it's scary, but by today's scary movie stuff, I don't know if it's that scary. It's good acting, though. It was fun for an indie movie. It was fun. If y'all get a chance, please watch this movie. It's called, they have a warning. Now, he made it a long time ago.
We go back to doing.
I'm just going to show you. It kind of reminded me of 22 After. Watch it, okay? You got to watch it. He wants some more views, and he let it out after 10 years. It's worth a watch. I sent it to my daughter because she makes indie movies, and while it didn't really scare me because I know what's coming eventually, I really think I do. Watch it, okay? You'll probably like it. So I can't believe I don't know if you hear my alarm going off. It's dogs barking because Bob is, I don't know how much wood he's bringing me, but I'm not going to cry. I'm not, but I could. I do live in a community of wonderful people. I cried last week. I'm not going to cry because Bob's out there this week doing this for me. I call it the giga famine, the famine that will kill milliards. Yeah, love to Bob. It's my girlfriend Lori's husband. Oh my God, Libby, thank you so much. I love you too. I love you too. And Jordan, honestly, I'm going to get in touch with you and your beautiful, lovely Karen, because I think it's time that we do this and get the post-doom site the traffic it deserves, because the support is immeasurable. We have to have it. We have to have it. And don't let post-doom scare you. This is really support for everyone. Even if you don't feel like everything is all fucked, we all need support. And they've worked so hard at it since Michael Dowd's passing. And so I urge you, and I'll put the link again in the show notes, because I love these people. I believe that they are genuine, caring, honest people. I'm almost 70 and all my neighbors are below 50. They are either helicopter parents or just plain a-holes that despise every kind thing I do. I'm lucky I did find, not everybody here. I don't let anybody here know who I am. My neighbors know because Lori thinks like me. She's not a doomer, but she thinks like me. And I have Debbie. I have my select group of support friends here in this community. And plus, you all know that I'm a security-minded person. I don't have to. But I'm going to do a show when it gets warm out. And I'm going to show you all of the mechanisms of taking care of yourself, especially as a single female. But I won't do it until it's springtime, because I don't want to sit here. I want to do it outside. I have to fix my tripod, and I'll do it outside. But, okay. The climate issue is that it will. And a lot of us are concerned. Yeah. A lot of us are very concerned. Central America is already experiencing massive ag problems. Agree on post-doom support for all, whether it be not going to make it or just be prepared if we don't. So much in common, of course. And nobody has, it's a spiritual bent to it, because that's what Michael Dowd, he gave us that. Not to believe in the almighty God, but a spirituality that's within all of us. That's within all of us. Always good to wake up and finding out Sandy's got wood and is weeping tears of joy because of it on a Sunday. I'm not going to cry. I will cry. I don't want to. Because I told them they didn't have to do this. And this is their own wood. God, I love you guys. And like I said, as disabled as I am, and it ain't getting better. At least not right now. We'll see what happens after surgery on March, which is, like I said, laparoscopic. So I could lay on the chaise and do a live stream. But I do like these little shorts. They're kind of fun to do. So I'm trying to get into more. But, Dale, you told the Climate Crisis Club that you often teeter between dipping your toe into doom and being immersed in it. That's the thing. It's not all or nothing. It doesn't have to be. To me, the bigger picture, and let me see, I think Tommyist might have been, let me see if I can find. All right. Tommyist, how do you organize an effective resistance in the face of the most sophisticated brain apparatus brainwashing in history? It's something I'm probably going to deal with on my other channel. But like I was saying earlier, Matt, the letter hack, on his channel, yeah, he's a cartoonist. Yeah, he has a lot of artistic people that he brings on. But Matt is talking about just that. And he's not talking about it in a vicious, awful, negative way. He is one of the nicest people I've come across. And that's why I do the Wednesday night show with him and the others left past 10. Because he's genuine. And he cares and he's nice. Yeah, I had to teach him what the apocalypse was. It's okay. Or, well, maybe not what the Anthropocene, things like that. But That's my job. It's my job. All right, so we have been an hour and 42 minutes. Well, it's Sunday, it doesn't matter. And I could make some clips. All right. There was another one I wanted to I can't find it. God damn it. Oh well. Listen. Thank you. I want to thank you all. And I'll put the little bit of music on, new music I found. I'll put the link in. It wasn't John's music. It's from Epidemic Sound, which is in the Netherlands. And a lot of their music comes from the Netherlands, and I like it. So, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Tuesday night. Let me see my calendar Tuesday because shit's happening and I have to make sure I can do a Tuesday night show. Okay, 1:30, I bring the oldest cat to get groomed. I'm going to do a show Tuesday night. I'm going to do Last Week in Collapse because there's a lot that's happening in the world. And I think Last Week in Collapse, such an important show because it's all one-stop shopping of the news of the world. And I really appreciate it. Hello to Big Cat. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. See you on Tuesday.